In today's video, we're actually going to get started creating an account if you don't have one already with Google Ads. I'll show you around the dashboard. I'll show you billing. I'll show you just how everything gets set up. We're going to get started to be able to create campaigns and really understand how this all works. So let's get started. So getting started with Google Ads. Number one, how to sign up for Google Ads. So we're going to walk you through that. Setting account preferences is a good one. Adding billing information so you can start to run ads. Navigating the dashboard in general. And account organization tips just to get your mind thinking about how you're going to do this and how you're going to organize your account over time. So go to coryprince.ca/newsletter for important updates regarding the course. You can follow me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Really helps me out with the algorithm. Follow for exclusive content. I'll often test stuff there, try stuff out, let that audience know first. Cory Prince Google Ads is my handle all around. And please share the course. Let's start a revolution for small businesses and help people really acquire more customers for their business and buy more abundance in their businesses. Warning, this is the most important video in the course as of right now. Watch the entire video, don't skip, and don't fast forward. Pro tip, as always, feel free to watch the video in double speed if you'd like to save some time. I'll sometimes do 1.25 or 1.5 speed. Double speed can be pretty fast sometimes, but feel free. First things first, signing up for Google Ads. So this is the page you're going to want to go to. There's a bunch of different ways to do it, but this is one. Click sign up for Google Ads. You're going to put in the information. You're going to add your business information. If there's a business you're going to put it under, you're going to link any accounts if you'd like to, as far as if you have a YouTube channel, a Google business profile, which is what you see when you're on Google Maps. This will link them, and then you're going to want to add billing information, which I'm going to show you in Google Ads here in a second. So choose the billing country, the currency, all that sort of good stuff. If you have a promotional code, enter it in there and then click apply. Near the end of the course, I'm going to show you a way to get between a $600 and an $1,800 credit with Google Ads to get started with. Super helpful, really helps you get your feet wet and started creating ads when you actually have a bit more money to go with. That's it for that. So next up is navigating the dashboard. So let's actually log into Google Ads. Here we go. So this is a Google Ads account. So what you're going to want to do is go to admin, go to account settings, and that's where we are right now. So account name, this one is named after me, of course. The status is active. Data protection contacts, that's, I believe, mostly for European Union. So I don't do it, but if you're in Europe, go ahead and play around with that. Choose your time zone, whether you want auto tagging. I do that. Tag the URL people click through for my ad. That just tags it onto the campaign. Tracking, there's no option set in here by default. You don't have to have anything there. Call reporting, so if somebody clicks a call ad, then that will be turned on. There's no account level negative keywords. You may want negative keywords here in the account level. I personally don't, because some campaigns that I run, I would want them to have a particular keyword phrase searchable and would cause that ad to show, and other campaigns not. But from an account level, there's none that are really like just foundational that I don't want there, but that might be different for you. Auto apply, leave that turned off. The reason I leave this turned off is it'll continue to give you recommendations. Google will give you tons and tons of recommendations on here's what you should do to improve your ads. They're not always correct. The last thing I would want is those to automatically apply and negatively impact my campaigns. So I have that turned off. Lead form ad terms. So when you're on Google, instead of just clicking an ad that goes to a landing page, they actually have a lead form built right in. So instead of them going to a page, if they click the ad, the form pops up and it has the particular fields that you want them to fill out. These can convert very high because it's really, the barrier to getting that lead is less, and it will even pre-populate some of the information that's either cached in their browser or with their smart lock. So something to consider as we go down the line, to think about lead ads if you're not familiar what that is. And then customer match, smart bidding and optimized targeting. You can use customer match lists in smart bidding and optimized targeting. I do that. You can turn on conversion-based customer lists as well. These are fairly advanced for us just going through the dashboard, but I figured I'd show you just the basic account settings. Preferences. I'll sip of coffee. Preferences, just the basics as far as the display language, number format, time zone, recommendations for your business, advertiser programs. Go through that, figure out what you think makes the most sense for you. Notifications is a fairly big one. So this you'll want to see. I can leave them all on, and then I prefer to do that and then back off any that I feel like I'm getting too many of or that I don't want to see. Google's pretty good about not overloading you with stuff if you turn everything on. So I have everything on, but it's up to you whether you want to do that as well. Access and security. This is just where you would add people as far as people to also have access to your account in Google Ads. And you can choose what they have access to, like what sort of permissions they have. And then you can send an invitation and then they can come into your account, look at stuff, view it, edit it, depending on their permission level. So that is the basic account settings. Then we're going to go over to billing is next. So I'm actually not going to go to the billing. I'm just going to show you where it is. So billing is here, and then go to payment methods. I'm not going to click into there because it's going to show my credit card number, of course. But if you click billing, click payment method, you can add a card. And then you can add a backup card as well in case the first one has an error or it doesn't charge. I recommend having a backup card there just so your campaigns never pause because of a potential payment issue. But yeah, that is billing. And moving on. Actually, I'll go back to the dashboard here. So my favorite part of the dashboard, and I think a place you're probably going to spend a lot of time, is in campaigns. So Overview does it as well. Overview will show you all the campaigns that you're particularly running. So right now I've got it set to, where is it? It's a slow one today. There we go. So I have it set to a display campaign. So there's no data showing here. This is intentional. I don't want to have you focusing on particular campaigns until we sort of have an understanding of how the campaigns and how the dashboard actually look. So campaigns is probably the biggest one. Campaign, the hierarchy goes campaign, ad group, and then keywords and ads is at the bottom of the hierarchy. So start to wrap your head around the structure of that. Campaigns are here. Ad groups are below, ads are below that. We'll talk about experiments later. That will be in a further module. That's a more advanced feature. And then keywords as well. So that's the main foundational stuff that you really need to understand about the dashboard. It's going to spend most of your time. There's obviously a ton of other features. There's a ton of other things in Google Ads. But personally, I think you should really spend a lot of time in campaigns, in Google ad groups, in keywords, and in ads, and then just continually optimizing and viewing reports based on those. I've spent tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of time playing around in here over the years. And the thing that gets me the best return on my investment is just really focusing on getting enough data, getting enough clicks, getting enough impressions, and then going ahead and doubling down on the ones that are actually working. So just a quick overview: campaigns, ad groups, ads, and keywords are the main things that you're going to want to focus on. And this will give you a much more robust understanding of sort of how Google Ads works. So next up, we're going to do, from current slide, where is that? Strange. Okay, we already went through this stuff. Let me just quickly jump forward here. So account organization tips. So the way you structure and organize your accounts can have a big impact on the success of your campaigns. So number one, I recommend structuring your account hierarchically. Organize campaigns by overarching themes or goals. For example, product lines, services, geographic regions. You can use ad groups within campaigns to target specific subsets or categories with tailored ads and keywords. That's probably the biggest mistake I hear of or I see people making with Google Ads is they try to make a campaign too broad. So by making it broad, you're going to have a ton of keywords in there, maybe a ton of ad groups. But what's going to happen is the keyword phrases that trigger the ads are not going to be necessarily related to what the ad is delivering. So if you segment down into much more narrow ad groups and much more narrow keyword groupings, you're going to have a better user experience and therefore a better quality score with Google Ads. As I said, group similar keywords. Create tightly themed ad groups with related keywords to ensure ad copy is highly relevant to the keywords within each ad group for better quality scores and performance. It's kind of what I just said a few seconds ago. So think about it. So campaigns, ad groups, ads, and keywords. So if the campaign is about XYZ widgets, and then the ad group is about XYZ widgets, and then the keywords are a couple different variations of XYZ widgets, but not too many variations, so that what you can do is you can create ad copy that closely matches a couple different keyword iterations, so that when they search variations of those keyword phrases, the ad shows up. It might not be exactly the order of words that they searched in the same exact order, but the gist and the foundational understanding is going to be there. So XYZ widgets or widgets XYZ will show up on the ad, and they're much more likely to click through to it, which is going to increase your click-through rate and your quality score. So I recommend also utilizing naming conventions, which develop a clear and consistent naming convention for campaigns, ad groups, and ads to simplify management and reporting. Include key details such as target location, product service, and strategy and names. So this will just be like a moving target where as you start, you'll name campaign whatever, an ad group, and the keywords within there. As time goes on, you'll probably start to utilize a really consistent naming convention, doing this, this, and this in every one, so that when you look at a campaign and you look at an ad group name, you know exactly what it is based on the naming convention that you've structured. Regularly review and optimize. Conduct routine audits of your account structure, keywords, and ad performance. Make data-driven adjustments to bids, budgets, and targeting to continuously improve campaign efficiency and results. Super important. A lot of wasted spend in Google Ads is by just setting something up and just letting it go for a really long time. You want to create a frequency of auditing, essentially, maybe daily, weekly, or monthly, depending on how dialed in the campaign is. But we'll talk about that later in the course as well, too. So go to coreyprince.ca/newsletter for important updates regarding the course and the summary. So understand how the Google Ads dashboard is laid out, just basically, as we talked about where the settings were and where the campaigns, which is really the meat and potatoes, where the rubber hits the road on Google Ads as campaigns, where the basic account settings are and how to update your billing details. Play around and get a feel for the system. Definitely go in there and look at all the stuff that I didn't show you, just to give you an idea of sort of how it all works. But don't get overloaded trying to figure out and just understand everything at a really high level. You just need to have a 30,000 foot view of what the account looks like and how it structures. And as we move on and we start to create ads and you start to understand keywords and ad groups and further modules, it'll start to make sense. It'll start to become clear. I just don't want to overload you with too much information. I'd rather you just understand the basics and the foundations. And this will help you to, and this will inform you to create better ads and get better results for your business. Claim your between $600 and $1,800 Google Ads credit. The link is in the description of this video or in the school community. It's in the description of this video in the course as well. Every little bit helps. There's a caveat to it. So between $600 and $1,800, what you have to do to get that credit is you have to spend that amount within 60 days and they'll match it. So let's say you're going to do $300 a month in Google Ad spend for 2 months. If you commit to that and do that, they'll give you $600. So you basically get your full $600 back, and they'll do that for $1,200 and they'll do that for $1,800 as well in a 60-day period, as long as you're a brand new account and you've never done Google Ads with that particular email address and that account before. So if you have not done Google Ads, make sure that you go and find that link in the description and you get that benefit. I wish I could do that. It's free money. So good work. So think about how to structure your account. And just remember that the hierarchy goes campaign, ad group, ads, and keywords. So campaign, ad group, ads, and keywords down here. So it's top down. Just think about what sort of things you're trying, or what sort of clients you're trying to acquire. Or do you want people to call your business? Do you want people to fill out a form that's actually going to be a lead that you can then reach out to? Do you want them to download an app for your company? Do you want them to click on Google Shopping and then actually purchase something on your website? You really want to think about what the goal is, because the goal is really going to inform how you set the particular campaign up, what keywords you bid on, how you structure it, and all that good stuff. So really really figure out exactly what your ultimate goal is, and that will help you down the road as you go through the course. So if you feel like you're getting some value here and you want to pay it forward, it really helps me out. Go to testimonial.coreyprince.ca. We're doing special prizes there. For instance, the premium community, I'm going to be giving a 1-year free access away at some point, probably the next month or two. So definitely go on there and leave a video testimonial, and I will enter you in that. I am a firm believer that if there's a good enough quote, or there's a quote that really distills what you're trying to talk about, that we just use that. So Aristotle, anything that we have to learn to do, we learn by the actual doing of it. And Google Ads is no different. You can research, you can watch YouTube videos, you can watch a course like this to get a feel for exactly sort of what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. But there's literally no substitute for actually doing it. You need to sign up for an account. You need to play around. You need to eventually start creating campaigns, which of course we'll do further down the road. But get in there and just get your feet wet and get started playing around and seeing how the account works and just how the structure of it is and what the settings are. And then you'll be better informed when the time comes to create a campaign. You'll have a better idea of like what you want that campaign to be. What's your goal? So think about that. What's your goal for this Google Ads campaign? That is it for the getting started video. I appreciate you taking the time. It is time to get to work. Go play around in there, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.